Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Zack Ping, who, of course, is driving in USF 2000 for VRD, Velocity Racing Development. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Well, it's been an interesting time in the Ping household. Okay, just kind of explain what's going on.
Yeah, so basically, Noah got to test the GB3 car over the winter in Barcelona and Jerez. I don't really know how to say it, somewhere over there. And that was kind of looming all over the place, not really sure. They were trying to fill a seat, but no one really ever filled it and they never got anybody. So I think what last 2 weeks ago, it was kind of a last minute decision for Noah to go and race GB3 this year, and then I would move up and fill his seat in USF 2000 when I was originally going to do juniors. So yeah, it's kind of been a crazy past couple months, and it all started last week at St. Pete. Not the best, but it is what it is. You live and you learn.
Yeah. So what was this week like? What was this week like for you at St. Pete?
Yeah, I was really going in with a clear mind and a clear head, trying to take in all the information that I can and try and not get too high but not get too low. And unfortunately, I got a little low after qualifying because it wasn't really I wanted to be. But for my first outing in USF 2000 and my first time on a street course, I guess it wasn't too bad until we got to the races, and I guess the street course got the best of me.
Okay. Yeah. What was it like street course racing?
Yeah, that track's actually super fun. It's completely different than anything else I've ever done because if you don't drive the correct line, you're basically in the wall. And that's what happened to me, especially on the first race. We went into turn four and I was offline on the apex, got in the dirt and just lit up the rears and barely tapped the tires, which ended my race. And then the second race I went to pass I think it was my teammate, and then got on the down the front straight into turn one on the paint and the dust, locked up the rears and just went straight, and unfortunately hit my other teammate, which knocked my wheel speed sensor loose, and eventually cut kind of the speed calibration out of my car, and unfortunately didn't allow me to continue.
Yeah. So overall, what was it just like being out there in USF 2000? You probably didn't even know that you were going to be out there this season.
Yeah, we actually talked about me doing the race like the month leading up to it, just so I could have experience on a street course because I've never done it before. But yeah, it was really cool being there with all the IndyCar guys, all the fans. It was a really cool experience, and it's something that only happens once in a lifetime for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then overall, just kind of talk about like, there in only a few weeks' time, you're going to be back out on the track at Sebring and on the big course too. So
I
what's
don't
it
know.
like? Yeah. So what's it going to be like going out there?
Yeah, Sebring's probably my favorite track to ever exist. Personally, I love that place. There's nothing really like it. St. Pete, I guess you could say it's like it, but it's not really as bumpy. I mean, there's really nothing that equivalates to the bumps at Sebring. It's really fun in the 2000, especially because you have some of the straight line speed, but the downforce there in the USF 2000 is unheard of, and it's really fun.
Yeah. And then overall, just these next few races, like what are you going to be doing during the off time?
Yeah, the off time is a lot of training, a lot of working out, getting ready for the races upcoming, getting ready for the season still. We're just continuing some sim preparation, going through some mental coaching, and just being in the right mindset for the season.
Okay, so talk about what mental coaching and what's that all about?
Yeah, so we got hooked up with a guy named Enzo Mucci. He's out of the UK, and basically we go through a like Zoom call and sometimes a sim session. We do various setups, oversteer, understeer, race setups, quality setups, some or some racecraft, and it's really just what can you do to be in the right mindset, be not not focus on results at the beginning of the season because we were put in such a position that like how do I explain it? We were put in a position where we didn't know what we were going to do this year until the week before St. Pete, and it's focusing on how you can develop and how you can get better and better every weekend, and then eventually the results will come. So don't really focus on the results. Don't get too down on yourself. If you're miles off the pace, just be like, okay, what can I do to get there session by session and continue to grow and develop your racing?
Yeah. So, and then just track. I mean, obviously these next few tracks and with Sebring, and then going to IMS, going to IRP. That's going to be some fun places for you, bud.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially for Indianapolis in May. I think we're there for about 2 weeks at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then the short oval, which I've never raced on an oval, so I'm actually really excited about that. There's a lot of different things I guess you can do, and I'm excited to learn.
All right. Well, Zach, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us, and best of luck. Best of luck at Sebring.
Thank you for having me.